Yeah, I got to do this video, man. Hey, Shalom. All praises to the Most High, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. Salutations to the 1/3 of the 144. Or rather, 1/3 out of every people, tongue, and nation, and 12,000 out of each tribe of the nation of Israel. So, hey, the brother, man, JD Niger. Hey, I didn't know you went on Vocab Malone's page, man. I didn't know you went on there because I was watching your video like 30 minutes ago, and I was like, did he say vocab? And I was like, let me go on there and check it out, right? So I went on there. And I checked out the message, and it was a good debate, bro. It was a good debate. Good work, brother, on some real stuff, man. I think your whole point was, the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit are one, and then Vocab's whole point was they're three different entities. And both of you guys are making a lot of good points because Vocab becomes from the seminary side of things. He grew up in these schools and he learned a lot of things. He was throwing words out there that I couldn't even understand. Monotheism, this ism, that ism. I don't know all these big words. All I know is I'm an eternal spirit, man. This is a matrix. And so it really had me thinking because both of you guys are making good points. But you made a point when you said we're like baby Christ, right? Baby Jesus, and our Father, the Father and the Son dwells in us, and we're like miniature Christ. You see what I'm saying? And it really just had me thinking, man, because that resonates with my spirit. And the only reason why I say that because when I'm going back to my last videos, the things that I do, that I did in my past few generations, there was a reason why I did certain things, and it all adds up. Like, how you supposed like the Lion King and Simba and his dad, and that was all through the spirit because the Father and the Spirit is in us, and we're the sons. That's my whole thesis on it. You know what I'm saying? So I also got John chapter 1 that I want to read real quick. This is John 1 because it's pretty much going to tell us about the Lord and who he is. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God, and all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. So, from my perspective, right, it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So if we know that the Lord, he's always been here. He's been here from the beginning, before everything was created, this whole realm, this whole thing that we see in front of us. So if he's been here from the beginning, right, and we are him looking through the looking glass, and our bodies is a representation of Christ, then we're pretty much the story. I mean, I'm not, like I said, that's the point that I'm getting at. That's my whole conclusion to this. So, I mean, if I'm wrong in it, then I'm wrong, but that's pretty much what I'm getting, because it says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And we know the Word is the Spirit. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made. So he was there from the beginning. And so if we're reading about Christ and we're really reading about ourselves, then they're all one, because Christ, he came to do the will of his Father. He came to do what he was sent to do. And the Father and the Word, they agree with each other. I mean, I don't want to overdo it. I'm just trying to simplify it the best I can. So we are the Son, and our Father and the Spirit dwells in us, and we know his will because we have the story, we have this book. We're pretty much reading about ourselves because it's all being predestined. We're pretty much spirits in a eternal spirits in the physical realm. So I guess the jumping off point is Christ, when it talks about Christ, right, was he eternal or was he the physical one? And then the Father and the Spirit was in him. Was Christ actually the Father that came down? That's what I believe. Christ was the Father that came down. That was the Father and the Spirit. So they are one. Because Christ is the Father. You see what I'm saying? But why was vocab saying all those other stuff? Maybe I didn't pay attention too long, but that's the point that I'm getting at. The Father came down as a son to do his will. Why was Christ the Son of God? Because he was the only one born of the Spirit. He recognized that Spirit that was in him. I know, right? I'm acting a little crazy, but this is my whole perspective. So the Father came down as a son to do the will so he can show us how to be sons of God. That's my whole thesis. That's my conclusion. I'm not going to go any further. I'm just going to stick right there, man. So, you brothers, you get what I'm saying if you watch this video. So like I said, hey, JD Niger, hey, good work, brother. I appreciate it, bro. You see what I'm saying? Keep on going in, man. We don't know everything, but we know what's being given to us. And like for me, I don't know everything, but I know I'm the story though, and that's where I'm sticking with. And I know you're the story. Jay Hall, he knows this. But yeah, that was a good point. You know, these guys in GMS, they ain't gonna talk about this because they believe that they're separate. You know, these guys in GMS, man, they don't believe a lot of things that comes from the scriptures, man. They don't believe in a new covenant. They don't believe the Lord is the Son of God. They call upon a pagan name, and these guys are just, you know. But anyways, man, it's not about them. Hey, with that, all praises to the Most High, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. Salutation to the 1/3 of man, woman, and children, and to the 144,000 men. So the Father came down as a son. That's why he said, "This is my only begotten Son. Hear you him." That's my whole take. Anyways, with that, I'm out. Good work, brother. All right.